Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Pints and Pistons.
Brought to you by
Beer.
idiots. Welcome to my back porch, guys, on this wonderful Friday, slightly chilly Florida night. Oh, it's morning. It's not morning. It's
Do me a
nighttime.
favor. Can you tip the camera towards Will just a little bit? Sorry, we didn't actually set the camera, guys. That's our fault. A little more, 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 and stop. There we go. Sorry, Will, you were cut off.
And ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the
having things cut off is sort of my game. Just saying.
being able to see us. Oh, so we are Pints and Pistons. Good night.
Good night, everybody.
So tonight we should have a good show for you. Our number one topic we're going to be talking about is apocalypse cars and what we should get ready for next year.
Yeah, the hottest cars of 2022. Apocalypse cars.
2022? I admire your optimism.
Well, that's when everything will be full-blown, like, anarchy, and it'll just be roving gangs of madness. We'll all be dressed Mad Max style. We'll have our own little group of...
I was going to say, didn't the Road Warrior take place in 2021?
Yeah.
The original one, yeah.
Well, here we are.
We're supposed to be dressing like that.
Hollywood predicts the future.
That wasn't Hollywood, though. It was Australia would.
Australia would, yeah.
Down in South Australia.
It's basically the Pacific version of Florida.
I already have my apocalypse name. Mike.
Arr, Captain Blacktit.
So, that's your Road Warrior name, Blacktit.
He called me this afternoon, said he was on his way
You've got
home.
yours, too. One leg.
Yeah, that's true.
You've had that moniker for a long time, so...
Hey, I am the OG prepper for this shit.
Right.
Well, he does have a little bit of age on us, so he will be Admiral.
I like it.
I'm down with that.
He's the guy that rides on the back of the flatbed truck, cheering everybody on.
Directing my minions.
Yeah. Go that way!
Firing the blowtorch every now and then. Flamethrower.
Shit, because fire is awesome.
Right.
And he's also the master, right?
Yeah, fire's kind of my thing.
Yes.
So I read an interesting thing about tires in relation to new vehicles. CUVs, SUVs, trucks, and things have gotten so much heavier that Continental has now actually added another weight rating to their tires to carry the extra mass around.
Really?
Yeah, literally a heavy weight spec tires for a lot of these 5,000 and 6,000 pound monsters that are roaming the roads now.
So like the Suburban and shit like that.
And even some of the Hellcats.
Yeah, true.
My car clocks in at a very lean 5,237 pounds.
You're Lincoln Continental.
Yeah, but back then they understood how to distribute the weight on tires by making the tire bigger and the rim smaller to make it ride right.
And also
Now they want to do everything with a 35 series tire.
Yeah, there's just no sidewall to carry things. I mean, even on the Focus RS, I mean, usually doing a -1 fitment on those cars just makes it a whole much better car to live with.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Luckily mine isn't too bad.
The one guy ended up had the Fiesta, totaled it. He did a -1 fitment on his Fiesta.
Yeah. And, because he was driving like far miles for.
And he also the wheels that he put on there was also quite suited for autocross, but it actually did make the car overall better in every respect.
Yeah. Yeah, which is shocking because you wouldn't think it out of something like a small car like that just a slight tire change like that would be that drastic.
I actually remember seeing something back in the days, before Al Gore gave us the internet, watching a TV, shortly after the internet, and it was sort of like a modification car show kind of thing. And one of the things they were doing was wheels and tires on an FBRX7. The guy that owned it wanted to put a 15-inch wheel and tire combo, low profile, make it look all cool and stuff. They did put it around the track, and it was slower than it was on the stock wheels.
Really?
And then they just went and put a set of advan, put a proper grippy tires on the stock 13-inch wheels, and it was quicker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Way quicker than it was on the stock tires.
Added weight.
Yeah.
A lot of unsprung weight on a car like that.
Yeah, especially that much wheel. Those 12 wheels and those wheels were so much heavier than the stock ones.
Yeah.
That,
Well, it's also the thing of that people don't understand is, when there was the oh, my car, doesn't grip and all that. Pay a little extra money and get some good grippy tires.
Right.
No, I don't want to pay those. They don't last that long. Well, do you want grip or do you want Econobox?
Speed costs money.
Yeah.
How fast do you want to go?
Mm-hmm. You gotta get something that's gripping.
Yeah.
And that.
When I first got the Mustang, the first thing I did was throw a set of Sport Comp 2s on it.
Mm-hmm.
And it transformed that car.
Oh yeah.
Like, it took that car from being like meh to being way better in corners just because it had better rubber on it.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
the tires were grippier, they were firmer, the
sidewalls
sidewalls
didn't
held up in
roll.
a different
Yep.
way. And it actually added a lot to the steering feel on that car.
Uh-huh.
The tires made such a huge difference to the steering feel and the responsiveness in the wheel.
Uh-huh.
Now, did your car still have stock Pirellis on it?
Yes,
or
it
did have
did.
something else? Okay, because
Stock dry rotted to hell Pirellis.
oh yeah, that will do it every time. Because I remember, mine came with the P0s, and switching from the P0s to the Continentals, I noticed that the overall grip level was the same, but the Continentals have a softer sidewall, so they would move around a little bit more. So when you would turn in, you would feel it sort of move and then set.
Uh-huh.
Once it's set, the
You're
grip
good.
level was there.
But it had that mushier
Yeah,
sidewall that
it
would
definitely,
flop
like I
around.
said, it definitely, and I'm not saying like sloppy like, your 60s, Land Cruisers or anything like that, or like driving with stock tires on the Crown Vic, but definitely a difference in feel just on the difference in sidewall. The trade-off, of course, is the Continentals. The car rides nicer and it's a little quieter.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, I do sort of miss the sharp turn-in from the Pirellis,
Yeah.
but I don't miss the noise and the shitty ride quality from the Pirellis.
Well, that's what made me go to an all-weather tire on my second set of tires. Yeah, the BFG's hooked so much better, but oh my God, were they noisy?
Yep.
And just rattle your
And-
teeth out.
Yeah. Like, they were terrible for that.
Yeah.
Comfort, they were bad. Grip, they were great.
I love
Yeah.
the
So it was a trade-off.
tires that I had on the Focus. Well, I still have them up front, and I got the two other little bit cheaper ones on the back, like knockoff brand tires on the back. I mean, I still have the front grip, and even though they're worn out a bit, they're still fucking grippy as hell. But I can tell with those new tires on the back that they're not as grippy. They're still grippy. They're still really good tires, but they're
You could feel it sort of giving up a little bit sooner.
yeah, that was a couple times where all of a sudden my ass end was, hey, whoa, slow down here, you buckaroo, because it's one of those, I almost did a whoopie woo. There was only almost whoopie poo coming out. Like it was a whoopie doo to a whoopie nope.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and I could see even if I would have left those tires on the back, I probably would have had a little bit.
Yeah, more understeer.
Yeah. But yeah, no, tires make a huge fucking difference. But that's crazy that they're coming out with that new fucking weight class for that.
Yeah.
That's just
Probably the weirdest experience I had going from one tire to another was my Lincoln Mark 8. I went from the original Michelin MXV4s that those cars came with.
yeah.
That
They
the only
were a
car
high-
sold, the only car that came with those tires was that car.
Yeah.
It's
They
like
were
one
a
of
highway
those.
tire.
They made that tire for that car. Then I'd have switching up to a set of Bridgestone Potenzas.
Mm-hmm.
And at the factory, the recommended tire pressure, 32 psi, I got 10 miles down the road, and the back of the car felt like it was just all over the place. And when I got home, I checked tire pressures, and sure enough, the fronts had grown and had built a lot of pressure. The rears didn't. So I was like, well, that's weird. So the next morning, I went out when they were cold and checked them all again. They were all the right tires. I was like, well, all right, screw it. Pumped them all up to 35, and at 35 pounds, they're perfect.
Yeah.
They would gain at the same rate,
Yeah.
and the car felt fine. It was just weird that going, again, tire choice made that much of a difference in the car.
When I get whatever income tax hits, I keep the Merc, I'm gonna put the Goodyear Eagle RSAs
Yeah.
all the way around it.
Those are decent tires.
They are. 'Cause I noticed with the prime wells that I've gotten, the lower end tires, even before I smoked them all down to, baldness, but going down the road, it was like a fucking truck tire in that car.
Yeah.
You could hear it.
Prime wells aren't lower. Prime wells are low. Prime wells are black round holes there.
I mean, going down the road and I can hear.
Round is used loosely at times.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can hear the.
And a lot of those times, those lower expensive tires, you actually put a tread depth gauge on them, and they're 3/32 lower than.
I don't know. The ones that I had, when I first got them, they're pretty steep. But I like the Goodyear Eagles on that car. That's what that car came with anyway.
Yeah.
All the way around.
That's like the all-terrains on the truck. The only way I've gotten those things to ride sort of smooth is to run them at a higher pressure. I had to run them at 45 psi to get them to be rapid.
Wow.
Otherwise, there's one tire on there that's at about 40 miles an hour.
Oh, fun times.
Yeah. In that truck with that worn-out old suspension, it starts doing that, and it feels like you feel like you're on the Columbia Space Shuttle.
You're shooting holes in my ship! Stop!
Stop blowing holes in my ship!
I'm gonna go grab a beer.
I was about to say, you want to grab a beer while you're up? And then we'll get into that first big topic.
Hey, you want to do mine second? Because mine's
Yeah.
6'8". I had the perfect vehicle. Mine.
Yeah, I got one, and it was strange enough when I went on to Cars and Bids. My choice for my vehicle, there was actually one on Cars and Bids that sold for 17 grand, which kind of.
I want to do this so we're all going to stay with the same car, but we're going to rank them in 3 different categories. 3 different types of apocalypse. Let's say first apocalypse, zombie apocalypse.
Mine's covered.
Second apocalypse, say a financial collapse.
Mine's good.
Mine's good.
Third one, EMP.
Mine's good.
Mine should be okay.
Okay?
Yeah, matter of fact, mine will be okay because with the adaptations to it, we'll make it okay.
Okay.
As long as there's not nuclear fallout.
I'm thinking mine's going to be okay just right off the shelf, given the environment that they normally operate in.
Honey Brown.
Got it?
Yep.
Honey.
Alright, so we got a brown ale first here. Although it's not really a brown ale. That's way too clear to be considered an actual brown ale.
Maybe you just got to
Think
send
sure.
bottles.
Who knows?
Oh, that's not cold.
Whew, smells like bread.
Is it twisty?
Yeah.
Ooh, yes.
Has a very strong honey bready smell.
Wow, that is not brown at all.
That's gold.
That's like Yingling Golden Pilsner color right there.
Yeah. So we've already lost the mark for that. That's not a brown ale.
Which we, or at least in my mind, found out that Yingling Golden Pilsner is perfectly fine for Italian food.
Yeah.
So this is Genesee Specialty Honey Brown.
Is there a description on there?
On the box, there was a small description. Smells like bread, though.
Rochester, New York.
So it's going to be made with New York water, then.
Oh, this is not. Excuse him.
That's a Ford fucking Ranger.
Ford fucking Ranger.
Definitely got a pungent
I
smell
know
to it.
that truck. I'm no stranger. I know that truck is a Ford fucking Ranger.
All right, guys.
That is a fucking Ford Ranger.
Cheers, gentlemen.
Gentlemen. Use that term way too loosely.
Ooh,
I just drank a sandwich without meat.
Yeah.
we just ate wheat bread.
Yeah, I just drank wheat bread.
Yeah. I mean, it's not strangely okay with this. It's not offensive.
No, I'm strangely
this
okay
is-
with this. I mean, mine, the carbonation, it's... The beer needs to be colder and it needs to be warmer outside for this to really
Yeah.
be where it needs to be.
Apple. There's an apple in the back of that.
I'm not getting that. I'm just
Yeah,
I'm straight
yeah,
up.
yeah.
I'm
on,
not,
on the very
That is
back of
almost
the-
like it. Once you swallow,
I think it might be
It's-
the honey because it says infused with white clover honey.
Yeah, maybe it's the honey that's giving it that. Like, I got a honey
Holy
crisp
shit.
apple.
Nature's own honey wheat bread.
Yes, that's it. That's the bread
Yeah.
that I use.
Nature's own honey wheat bread. There you go, right there. Inside a glass.
Oh, on the back of the tongue, like almost at like the back of your throat, like fully right there on the very back, you get an apple ting, like
I don't
dead
get any
center.
That little bit of acidity to it.
Yeah,
No
That gives you
apple
the
here.
appliness to it. Almost like,
like an apple cinnamon kind
Nope,
of flavor.
not at all. For me, this is straight up Nature's own cinnamon wheat bread, or just honey wheat bread right there in a glass. I'm okay with this.
It's fucking good though.
it's not bad. It's a little flat.
Yeah, it's
There's
not,
not a
very
lot of
com-
carbonation in it.
Yeah,
And mine foamed up like crazy when I poured it, but now
Yeah.
that I've poured it, it's
yeah.
flat.
The head's gone.
Yeah,
Very low carbonation levels in there.
but it's still
but it's not offensive. It's like
no. It's
I
very
actually I like it a
smooth.
lot. It's very very
It's very
smooth.
smooth.
Something tells
It's-
me it would be better on draft.
Yeah.
But it's one of those. It's sweet, but not like
Not sugary.
yeah. If that makes sense. It's more of a natural sweet now than
That's the
artificial.
honey.
It's the honey
Yeah,
sweetness
yeah.
to it.
Lunchtime beer with a roast beef and provolone sandwich.
Yep.
Yep. This would be a sandwich beer for sure.
Yeah.
Like this
Honey-
would go well
honey
with, you
baked
know,
ham or a glazed turkey sandwich. Just with that little bit of the sweetness of the turkey or the ham.
I got the perfect sandwich.
Boar's
to
Head
go with
oven
that.
gold turkey,
Mm-hmm.
Boar's Head bourbon ridged ham,
Oh yeah.
Boar's Head provolone,
Yep.
mayo, Duke of course,
Slight flavor of it.
slight bit of either like a homemade honey mustard, not anything out of a jar because those
Mhm.
are typically horrible.
Just at the Boar's Head one. The Boar's Head one was actually pretty good.
Lettuce, tomato, fresh cracked pepper. It's all really simple.
I want a fucking sandwich now.
Horseradish club.
turkey. So the Boar's Head turkey, oven gold turkey,
Which, by the way, is like Thanksgiving on a bun.
It is.
and there's another ham they have, and I can't think of the name of it now.
The tavern ham,
Tavern ham.
Yeah. Because it has
Bacon.
that sweetness to it.
bacon.
Yeah,
Gouda.
to get that smoky
You
flavor.
lost me there.
Gouda.
If you do a smoked Gouda.
Yes, like a smoked
Yeah.
Gouda, and the cranberry radish that they did there.
Yeah, you lost me on that one too. I don't.
Oh yes,
Yes.
because that was that sweet, but that kick on it.
Sweet with a little bit of tartness
Oh,
to it,
Oh
and
yeah,
then a little bit of cracked pepper. That perfect.
with a bag of chips on the
I'm
side.
gonna go with
Either Dirties or Cape Cod.
Yes, Cape Cod extra crunchy.
I'm gonna go with Boar's Head roast beef. Boar's Head.
Which one now? You're talking about the top round or the?
Top round. Boar's Head Sausalito turkey.
Ooh, oh yeah.
American cheddar. Horseradish spread that Boar's Head makes. And put it on rye and have a nice
Oh.
day.
Yeah,
I'm
that
just,
would work.
I'm just gonna go with whatever Sabrina makes me because she's a loving wife and makes the best sandwiches. There's
His
something
ass.
about I make a sandwich, it tastes good. Sabrina makes me a sandwich, it's the best tasting sandwich I
It
ever
is
had.
the same
You
way
know
with-
why?
Same way with Angela,
Yeah, I don't
dude. I
know.
make a
Because you
sandwich.
didn't make it.
Exactly.
My
It was
shit
made
looks-
with a little extra love.
My shit looks like some haphazard 4-year-old made it.
Yeah.
Sandwich day. Okay.
Why is your peanut butter and jelly inverted?
Angela comes out with this thing that looks like it's presented on Food Network. I'm like, wow.
Yeah, I make a sandwich, just meat. That's it.
Exactly.
Sabrina makes this the whole fucking thing. I'm like,
Wanna
see,
put
my
mayo and
laziness
mustard
level,
on it?
I was hungry, but I didn't want to go through all of that. See, mine took 30 seconds to make. Yours
Yeah,
took 4 minutes.
I agree. It's a good
I
sandwich.
appreciate it, but...
All right, we gotta stop this.
Yeah,
First
we-
off, we're all getting hungry. Second off,
and we just ate
yeah.
dinner, too.
Second off, this is a car show, not a food show.
Yeah, there's a reason I'm leaned back in the lean back chair. It's because of the dinner what we had. So yeah, I'm not wanting to move anywhere right now.
Right. So
Apocalypse car.
let's get on
You
to our
wanna-
first
you wanna-
topic.
Or do you want me to go into my car news?
Do you want to? I think it's okay, go into car.
I actually got car news, and look at me, guys. I came prepared. This is what I do when I'm supposed to be at work. So, Sad news, guys.
Oh, look, Mike's supervisor just popped in.
He
Sad
says,
news.
"Hey, you're fired."
Okay. Sad news, guys. Moray Collum, who is
Murray.
Huh?
Murray?
Moray.
You sure you checked that on right?
He's British, I think. Moray.
Scambot.
Maury?
No.
Maury?
I don't know. Anyway, he
That guy.
retired from Ford. He was the one that in recent years, him and his team designed. He was the head designer for the S550 Mustang, also the new Ford GT.
Yep.
That was like his big crowning jewels there. But he also did the 99 Super Duty when they got their redesign. The 2011 Explorer with that redesign.
Barco,
Well, also the 05 Miata, he did that.
He
And
should be ashamed of himself.
the 07 CX-7.
He should also be ashamed of himself.
Yes.
Mm.
But his brother apparently was a designer for Aston Martin, Jaguar, and Land Rover. But sadly, he left. His final day is actually May 1st. But he's going to be, they're bringing in a new guy. New guy is Anthony Liu. Hello. And his big thing is he worked with Lotus. And he did the Carlton. Fancy, really nice, elegant looking car. But then also a nice little thing called, the Audi A4. The original one. He did that.
So he does good cars.
He does good cars. Now, he's coming in there swinging high, going, I want to bring Ford back to the Sierra Carsworth RX. And I'm like, you, sir! I don't like you.
Just in time for the fact that they're not doing cars anymore.
At least not for America.
Yeah.
Europe will get those cool Radwood era cars. We won't.
Well, you never know. They might go, yeah. Do it.
Love to see it. Back up 2.0 turbo Sierra Sapphire Cosworth. That would be so much
Well, just with his
fun.
design work that he's done with all those other companies, it'll be with the redesign of the Mustang, because it's going to be coming up soon. It's since 15, so probably in the next 5 years or so, we'll probably get a full brand new redesign.
I've heard
chassis.
2026. I've heard as late as 2028.
Yeah. So
Going onto the same rear-wheel drive platform as the Explorer and something else.
but still, it'll be kind of cool to see what factors he's able to throw in there, because it might be pretty cool. Next big thing, Chris really likes this. The 2022 BMW M5 CS. Like this one. It is BMW's quickest, most powerful production vehicle ever.
When it runs.
Yes. It's got a S63 4.4 liter M twin powered turbo V8.
When you can afford to get a turbo.
Yeah.
Yes.
With 627 horsepower.
Or
And
at least it
Looks
doesn't.
like
At least
this.
it doesn't have the giant buck teeth grill.
Exactly.
no, it's actually a nice,
They ruined the M4.
it's a nice grill in it, and 553 pounds-feet of torque, doing a cool 0 to 60 in 2.9 seconds, and a top speed at 109 miles per hour. Now, if it was me, I saw the picture of this car and a nice gunmetal green color, I would put this all the way in the Sub-Zero category. Cool.
Yeah, but if I had the money, I would buy one, which automatically puts it into uncool.
He's not wrong.
Are blinkers optional?
No, that's an extra $10,000.
No, that's a subscription.
I actually have some car news. So the 2021 F-150 is now coming with the Ford Co-Pilot Assist Plus 2.0, which is a prep package for autonomous driving. 2021 F-150s have the availability.
Are we talking about autonomous driving or idiots with autopilot running themselves off the road? Autopilot.
Yeah, are we
It
gonna
is an autonomous driving system. It will be capable of... Now, what it is right now they're selling the prep package. And then the software update will come out later, and they're saying Q3. And what that means is you will be able to sit in the driver's seat, press the button for auto drive, and the truck will drive itself. They're actually offering it on a couple of models this model year. But the car will be capable of autonomous driving, as in you take your hands off the wheel, you take your hands off the pedals,
And you go,
you
"Good luck,
sit back,
everybody!"
and you just watch out the window as the truck drives itself.
The
I
7-foot
need to
CPMs
back
kind
up
of
your
become
statement a little
self-aware.
bit. And you can watch the replay on this. Take your hands off the wheel, and then you said take your hands off the pedals.
Did I say that?
Yes,
Take
you
your
did.
feet off the pedals.
Yes, you said take your hands off the pedals.
I
I'm
say
thinking
things sometimes.
I was gonna
I don't
say-
know if you've noticed or not, but I'm only listening to myself 60% of the time.
Like,
I
is it-
fade in and out.
If you're in a position in your vehicle where you have to take your hands off the pedals, you've got
Am I
way
doing it
bigger
right?
problems. You have way bigger problems.
I just thought of something. Imagine how many people will be so excited that it's now easier to polish the one I snake to a half gallon of Mood Juice.
It's a great little reference there, by the way.
Wow.
I can hear the song now.
Ding 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 ding.
Copyright.
Oh, God. But yeah, no, that's scary, especially in a vehicle that fucking big.
Especially when the Yee.
The car will already stop
Oh,
itself
I
in an
can
emergency.
imagine it right now, like you just said.
When the Yee
Fucker's
get
gonna
hold
be
of it.
squatted like a fucking bulldog, rubbing his ass across the fucking owner's face.
here. It's up drives itself now.
Oh yeah, I can.
Well, the one caveat to that is, unlike like the way they were doing it in Tesla, where people were like able to go, all right, self-drive. It's going to be one of those systems where you still have to watch. Like you still have to watch the road, and there will be a tracker in the car that if you take your eyes off the road for a long period of time, will start yelling at you and it'll
Yeah, I was
shut
gonna say,
itself
wouldn't
off.
there be some like heads-up infrared thing to detect eye motion or something?
Well, it's the same system that does the driver alertness,
right.
which is in a lot of cars now.
So another system. for the
It
government
reads
to get your eyes.
pinpoints on your face, huh?
So another system for the government to get your eyes.
Yeah. So it
Worse.
reads
Skynet.
particular pinpoints on your face, and it can actually tell if you're getting drowsy by reading certain data off your face. And
And what happens to all this data?
it's all self-contained in the car.
Mm.
Probably.
Really?
No, I'm with you. I know where you're going with
You
this.
still put milk and cookies out for Santa?
Oh,
Well,
I mean, I don't know how I feel about that type of
Well, it's like-
tracking system.
It's like track. You know what track IR is, right?
Yeah.
For
Yeah.
gaming. I mean, it's basically of that system without the gaming
Yeah,
aspect
yeah.
of it. It tracks.
It's the real life game of
Yeah,
life.
pretty much. I
I don't know. I
I don't know
mean,
how I feel about it.
Yeah.
it can't be any worse than drivers with Texas license plates.
They're terrible, aren't they?
They are the fucking worst.
Like, we thought New York drivers were bad, and then all the license plates started saying Texas around
They
here.
got so much worse.
Uh-huh.
I did get cut off by a fucking Dodge Grand Caravan with a fucking Texas plate and it slammed on the brakes and yelled at me.
Yeah.
I got, matter of fact, it was today on my way home. I got honked at by a yee boy in a damn F-150 with him looking up front and rear view mirror. It was a big Texas right across the fucking bumper, license plate. I went, okay, what's the speed limit on Venable? 50? Just let off this gas pedal here.
45 now, motherfuckers.
30.
Yeah. Oh, were you in a hurry? Well, prepare to be late. I got yelled at and cursed out and flicked off by somebody with a Texas plate. I was in my lane driving, and we were going slow because there was traffic on 19. And they were in the lane next to me, and they started veering over into my lane with their signal on. Big old lifted truck. They just couldn't see me because they're stupid lifted truck. And I see them moving into my lane, so I honked, and they swerved back. And then I see the window roll down, and they start hanging their hand up. Hey, fuck you, you motherfucker. I was in my lane. I know, how dare I insist?
How dare I abide by traffic laws, stay in my lane, and do the speed limit during traffic?
You know, and the thing is, it's like, you look at drivers with New York tags, some can be fast, some can be incredibly slow, but either way, they're just sort of aggressive about it. New Jersey
Especially if
dri-
they're from the city areas.
Yeah, it depends on what part of New York they're from. New Jersey drivers, left turns and gas pumps tend to confuse them.
Yes. 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 And they always
the re-
smell like fucking paper.
The rest of all the rest of the Northeast, it's pretty much a mixed bag. I mean, you get the Massachusetts ones usually drive like total assholes. They're just total
They're
assholes about how they
massholes.
drive. They're assholes. You know, the rest of them are pretty slow. You see tags from Kazakhstan. Rarely we see any from Western Kazakhstan. It's always from the East Coast, basically.
Yeah.
Toronto. Toronto, Ontario is where we typically see tags from. They tend to drive a little bit slow, but they're always polite about it. Eh?
We are very polite.
No. You, as you've told me before, French.
Yes, but I'm
So you guys have Quebec plates. In or out of the car, you guys just generally seem to be assholes. When you're in a car, it's way worse.
You don't see them as
But-
much down here.
Not as much. But by far, over the past few years,
You see
Texas license plates
South Florida,
are the worst.
yes.
Quebec, Quebec.
Some of the worst, you don't see them a lot down here, is anyone Midwest. So if you see a Missouri, Illinois,
I saw an Illinois one today. They actually waved at me
Kansas.
with one finger.
The way I describe the driving style from St. Louis is militant. Don't dare use your turn signal in Missouri, because that's just letting the enemy know what you're planning.
Yeah.
3 cars will line up to block you. You're like, I need to get over into the slow lane so I can get off at the next exit. You put your turn signal on, out of nowhere somebody whips over and blocks you. You speed up, they speed up. You slow down, they slow down. Fuck you, you're not getting off the subway.
You're stuck.
I don't know why I'm doing this, but I'm doing this. The only
Stuck
thing I
here with
can,
the rest of us.
the only thing I can think is like some asshole from New York or Texas was in Missouri one time driving
And
through
fucked it up for
and
everybody.
pulled in front of somebody or cut somebody off or did something and pissed off that guy. And he just decided, well, I live in the Midwest. It's awful here. I'm just gonna be an asshole to the next
And they
driver I
talk to
see.
their neighbors every single time. So it's one of those. They're at the gas station in line going, hey, buddy.
Hey, we're gonna be an asshole now.
Yeah, we're gonna be
Hey.
pass it on. Hey, tell Jerry down the road. Hey, tell your parents hi. Like, okay. And the next thing you know, 20 years later, fuck everybody else.
Yep. That's what happened, I swear to God. Because Missouri, like St. Louis drivers, there's no in between. There is either you're a law-abiding, driving the speed limit driver, or you're doing 90. One of the two. That's it. There's no like middle way between that. You're either a good driver, like good law-abiding driver, or a fucking maniac. I've never been passed by an old man in a big boat car down here, but up there, holy shit.
They're using that.
You must not have driven I-95 very often.
Gonna say, you've never been passed by a 76 fucking Coupe de Ville flying by with the scar hanging out going, motherfucker, get out of my way!
Well, those are New York plates, though.
No, you've never seen some aggressive...
Hey, what's the matter with you?
some aggressive fucking old people down here.
Yeah, and
Like, you get the ones that are
I-95,
dead
you
with
get,
that,
You get people from South Florida hauling ass up the east coast of Florida.
Well, the I-95 corridor is basically just Mad Max. That's I live, I die, I live again.
Yeah, pretty much. It's-
Witness me.
And they also have enough coke in the back of their cars that,
I-95.
bring down Cuba.
I-95 isn't too bad. 'Cause I mean, I've made that run from South Florida to Jacksonville. I don't know how many times.
It's I-4.
South to I-4 on the other hand.
It's
Fuck I-4.
It's I-4, and it's not just the people that are driving I-4. It's plus the construction too, and then that just pisses everybody the fuck off to where everybody's in an extra aggravated
Aggressive.
state
I don't
of
understand
mind.
it. That construction's been going on since 2004 when I moved down here.
It's still going on.
It's still going
Been
on.
going on since 2004.
Like, it was going on when I crossed the Florida line and came down here. I-95 or I-4 and I-10 were all under construction. I drove through there last year. It's still under construction.
You know how long I-4's been under construction? Since it was first thought of.
They built the highway and went, well, it's not enough. Keep building, and they've just been building it ever since.
Yes, they repaved the same section every day.
Oh, so like 19 at Homosassa?
Yes.
Pretty much.
Because that's been going on since I moved
Oh,
here
now
too.
it's a shit show closer to work now every day.
Yeah, it's getting worse.
Getting there is not so bad, because in the morning it's not too bad. Leaving at 5 o'clock?
So I have to go from the Ford store there in Crystal River down to Spring Hill every once in a while. And like the third time I went, I got back and my boss asked me, he's like, why did you go up 98 and across 491? Because we got GPS in the cars. It's like, why did you go that way? And I went, have you been down 19 in the middle of the day? It's
Horrible.
It's
I might-
gridlock.
Yeah.
I
You
might have
sit there
gone
for
40
20
miles
minutes
out of my
sometimes.
way, but I got back 40 minutes sooner.
Right.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
I'll drive 10 miles out of my way to not sit in traffic.
Yes.
So Apocalypse Cars.
Apocalypse Cars.
I'll
All
go
right.
last.
Who wants to go first?
I'll go first.
You want? Did you tell Mike the 3?
Oh, yeah. So I
three-
think let's do this 3 ways. We'll rate the cars for 3 different
I was
apocalypses.
gonna say I got a couple cars, so I guess I gotta narrow
So,
it down. Gotta narrow it down. Okay. I'll
You
narrow
need,
it down.
If-
you need to just make up your mind now and pick one.
Done.
yep. All right. So the 3 different apocalypse scenarios: a zombie apocalypse, a financial apocalypse,
Wow.
and an EMP.
All right. I feel strong in 2.
Okay. So I'll go first then. So any old Chevy Suburban, 4-wheel drive. Gotta be an old square body Chevy Suburban. Or Tahoe. Any of the old square body GM big SUVs.
My grandpa had a 76.
One of those would be perfect.
9-seater. 9-seater with the
Carbureted.
back.
4-wheel drive, easy to repair, common parts.
Well, parts were shared across everything, even cars.
Right. There's so many of those parts are just common off the shelf parts. None of that. Well, there's a specialty shop down in Fort Lauderdale that can get that part, and that's it.
No,
you go to AutoZone and rate an AutoZone, you've got enough parts to rebuild the damn thing.
75% of their stock is, especially up
Right.
here, is pretty much those trucks.
Right.
So you're good.
4-wheel drive, so you're not going to have to worry about if there's a road jammed up. You're going to be able to dip off the road and get around it.
Be able to
It's
pull
going to be
stuff off the
rugged.
road.
It's going to have plenty of power. And
Body on frame too.
body on frame, so it's got a lot of space in the back. You can carry a lot, and you can sleep in it. It's its own camper.
I like where you went with that.
So, I'm going to let you guys rate me. So, zombie apocalypse, where would that vehicle rate? On a 1 to 10 scale.
A lot of mass, it'll knock them down.
Okay.
I pretty much like a 7 out of 10 type deal. Like I think that's pretty good. The only thing was it was slower, and not for the zombies, yes. For the people, other survivors, with it being slower, but then also with the size of it, you can run them down, and it's a little bit more bulletproof. So yeah, I'd say about 7.
Thick metal body.
I-
It's not gonna stop a high caliber round,
No.
but if somebody's throwing buckshot at you, it's
You're
gonna
fine.
slow buckshot down.
Yeah. So I think about a 7 out of 10 for that. For zombies, I think
Okay.
that would be good.
Either between 79 and 85. That's why I said I like where you're going with this, because we're basically almost on the same page. Chevrolet G20 full-size 4-wheel drive van.
It's a good choice.
Carbureted as well, because the van, what's cool about it is too, is the space in it. 4-wheel drive, you're going to be able to go anywhere, and 2, you got room on top of the van to put solar panels.
Yep.
And basically, do like these guys do. They, what's the thing when people live in their vans? There's
Vanning.
Vanning or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. And you can seriously.
Sam the King.
Ah, hey Sam. He says Cybertruck.
Cybertruck doesn't exist, so it fails.
Yeah, it's definitely not,
And also
definitely not
Urban
bulletproof,
Apocalypse.
and in an EMP, it's absolute,
Yeah,
it's
you're
brick.
fucked in.
But was that van? I mean, you can live in it. You can be contained in that van.
Mm-hmm.
Especially in where that's why I like when you said EMP solar power.
Okay, so in an EMP, your solar panels are fried.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Oh yeah, everything's fried.
Yeah, an EMP is going to fry those. Those aren't going to work no more.
Oh,
Yeah,
well,
that was gunshots.
Now, there is a big drawback to both of our vehicles.
they're slow.
No.
What?
Fuel mileage.
Yeah.
That is true.
So what's
But-
the range
well,
on
well,
either
hold
one of
on,
those
hold
vehicles?
on. What my thing is with both of y'all vehicles, you gotta think of the motors that are in them. Now, are they just the regular 350s, or yours would probably have the 454?
Some
So it'll be a
Suburbans had-
454.
Some of the heavy duty Suburbans
had
had
the
454.
454.
A lot of them did,
Either
yeah.
or, you gotta think about it. You're most likely just gonna have the 4-bell that came on. They weren't the Quadrajets. They were the
A lot of them were Rochester Quadrajets.
yeah, they were okay.
Yeah.
No, I'm thinking of the Thermoquads. That's no bar. Even shit gas will. Those things will take even shit.
Yeah,
gas.
you could run those
Probably-
on wood alcohol.
Probably like
Yeah.
the shit that we pulled out of the Cobra.
Those things are
You could probably fucking run it in those.
You could
trucks.
run it-
Oh,
oh,
yeah,
yeah, run it
low,
on- probably
low,
on
low
moonshine.
compression. Oh yeah, low compression smogmobiles.
Yeah, you can run them off of anything. So yes, you'll have shitty gas mileage and shit like that, but you can pretty much put anything in there.
Well,
as
what I
long as
mean
it-
is just the carrying capacity. Okay,
and
so
they did have big tanks too.
yeah, so you got a 40-gallon tank underneath that thing,
so like
and
half
you
with regular gas,
fill it
half
up.
with stuff.
and you've got one tank, 40-gallon tank. Figure 8 miles to the gallon. Do the math on that. That's not a big range.
160 something.
That's not a big range. Plus, if you are running from somebody, you're running the throttle harder. You're not getting 8 miles to the gallon.
Yeah.
You're getting 1 mile to the gallon.
Exactly.
But on the other side of the coin, you don't have, if you have something like that, the chance, the cool part about that is you get somewhere, and you can be stationary.
To an extent, yeah.
You can leave the van and go out and do what you need to do.
And hopefully it's still there.
Well, I mean, if you're smart enough about it, of course you'd rig it
Right.
so no one can fuck with it.
But I'm just saying that's the big drawback to a large vehicle like that. It's just the fuel mileage. Because okay, so you've got a full tank of gas. You've got that far to go. If you need to go farther, you have to carry more gas. Because gas stations aren't just going to be there. Those are either going to be completely bone dry or they're going to be guarded. It's a watering hole in the jungle at that
Pretty
point.
much, yeah.
So either one of those vehicles, that's the major drawback. Is fuel mileage.
See,
That was just my thing, based on simplicity of it.
Right.
See, with both of y'all, with the zombie part, good, strong vehicles higher up there. EMP,
Either one of those vehicles would be great.
yeah. Unless
As
you
long
do
as you're
the
not
solar-
running an
yeah.
HEI.
Well, even if you're running an HEI, you can swap the parts over
Yeah.
after it fries. You can swap to a one-wire distributor on either one of those. You just put a one-wire distributor in it and fire it up.
Yeah.
Because you can swap a 350 to a points
Yeah.
ignition system with a basic distributor.
Yeah.
Now, with the financial part, like I said, that's going to be the thing of, especially with, the gas and...
Right. Well, in a financial crisis, it's more like, well, there would be better options.
Yeah.
So those wouldn't be good options in a financial crisis because either one of those, yeah, they're
They're
old
cheap and all
good
that,
trucks, but
you're
there's going
have
to be
fix
3
them.
brand new trucks hanging around to
Yeah.
steal. So why wouldn't you take a newer, more
and
modern
those
vehicle?
newer modern trucks aren't going to be breaking down as much.
Right.
Especially if, shit collapses and you just fucking break down a fucking dealership, grab a thing, and there you go.
If anything, you can live in it.
Yeah.
Right.
You can go way the fuck off the grid if you can have that somewhere where people can't get easy access to you. You can still live in that, or possibly find a second vehicle to do roaming around it.
Yeah.
So either way.
All right. So Mikey, what's yours?
A VW thing.
Okay.
Very
EMP, I'm fine.
EMP proof.
Fucking fine.
Good on gas.
Good on gas. Not only that,
Easy to repair.
air cooled. Don't have to worry about, the radiator, something
Popping
driving
a
through the
radiator or
radiator,
anything
shit
like
like that. Oh, fuck, I'm out of water, I only got this amount of water, my car needs some, I need some. No, all the water to me. Woohoo! Good on gas. run on basically anything too.
Corn oil, yeah.
And that,
You can run that on vegetable oil all
yeah,
day.
it's one of those. It's normally a single barrel carburetor. You know, it might be modified to a 2-barrel. Woohoo! I mean, fast. No, I'm not.
Yeah, I was
I'm
about to
not
say that's
kidding.
your one drawback is if you've got a bunch of supplies and
Yeah.
I see those supplies, you're not getting away from
Yeah.
me.
Oh yeah.
I can almost run you down on foot.
Yeah. But it's one of those to where if something fucks up with the motor, literally the motor, I can go, huh, huh, motor.
Now, another
Motor.
drawback, parts.
Well,
Most Volkswagens require buying parts from a specialty
Yeah.
place to get those parts.
But the one good thing that I was thinking about is how many of those Volkswagens did they make? Not even just the thing, but just the Beetles, the buses, all that shit.
Mhm.
That same motors and that you can find them fucking.
Yeah, but I mean, seriously, how common are they in the sense of how many of them you seen around here? Yeah, that one down there.
No, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
But but trust me when I say, if it's an apocalypse situation and you need those parts,
Yeah.
you're not getting them from him
True.
because
Yeah.
them bitches gonna be under guard.
Yeah.
Another downfall of yours too. Zombie apocalypse, and you're in a soft top because they did not make a hard top thing.
Yeah.
And there's not a lot of mass to get to a large crowd.
I would
Yeah.
say a van would be better.
Yeah.
A Volkswagen bus would be a better choice in that thought train, just because now you have somewhere to sleep too.
True.
Because you're not sleeping in a thing.
You get a little bit more rigidity too with it.
Right. A little more body weight to push through a crowd, something like that.
Yeah. Well,
Now they are EMP proof. You're absolutely
Yeah.
right there. They're dead simple to work on. They gave you a toolkit capable of disassembling the whole thing in the back of the car.
yeah,
Yeah.
it was a flathead, a Phillips, and 1 wrench.
Yeah.
That was an adjustable. And there you go.
And you can literally take apart the whole car.
You can, and like I was saying about if something happened with the motor, you can literally pull it out, put it on the
You
table
can
like
rebuild
this.
it on the side of the road if you
Yeah,
have to.
like
Yeah,
you don't
they're
need a fucking picker or anything like that. You can
easy to
literally,
work
I
on.
think they weigh what, 60, 70 pounds? Like seriously?
Right.
Like I'm not even joking, right? Like something
Yeah.
like that. Like, they're
Yeah, you
stupid
can lift it
fucking-
out by yourself.
Yeah. So on that part, bless you, on that part, but yeah, no, on everything else I'd be fucked. But I was just looking at, the simplicity to work on, the fact that it gets good mileage, and if an EMP went off, oh no, my radio wasn't on.
Right.
Now it's like, good enough for Hitler.
Surplus H1 Hummers.
Okay.
Diesel. Lots of fuel capacity.
Oh, the actual Humvees.
Yeah, first one, Gen 1 Humvees.
Military.
Military
spec.
surplus.
They run off of gas.
They'll run off of just about anything.
Well, it's like the
They do
diesel
have lots.
maps,
They
too.
do have lots of fuel capacity. With the portal axle setup, their ground clearance is fantastic, even though they have a fairly low overall height, which for my one-legged ass is actually quite convenient. There's a lot of mass for mowing down dead people, a lot of mass for mowing down live people, and there's plenty of structure on the top to mount solar panels if you so choose so,
Or, a
Firearms.
squad automatic weapon.
yeah, plenty of firearms opportunities. And with the different configurations, yes, you can sleep in one, and you can carry lots of your gear with you too.
Yep.
Parts availability
Mm.
can be an issue, but you figure between all the places that have those things for scrapping, all of the surplus auctions that those things are laying out in the yards, guarded to a point, but most of those people are going to be doing the same thing everybody else is doing, looking for fuel, looking for food, and looking
Right.
for some other place to go.
Well, and don't they carry spares in the back of them?
Yeah.
Like, aren't they outfitted with a set of spare parts in the back?
I'm not sure. I'm
I
really
believe-
not
I-
sure.
I know when they're mil spec, when they're sent out
I
into the
believe,
field,
I really believe so.
they have a set of field repair sets.
Yeah.
That's like common parts.
for like common breakages.
And also
Different
hard,
hoses,
and
stuff
also
like that.
you talk about fuel. They have hard mounting points for excess, for additional
Extra
fuel,
fuel, yeah.
for
Yeah.
fuel storage and everything.
But the great thing about that is like like the deuce and a halves and all that shit to where you can, it was a diesel, but you can put gas in it and it'll still run.
Now,
You can put kerosene and it'll run. You
another-
can use motor oil and it will fucking run.
Cooking oil from restaurants.
Yeah,
another
anything.
bonus on that, being a military vehicle, you know
EMP protection is.
I was gonna say they harden those against EMP. Now, full EMP detonation right above it will still maybe fry the controller,
yeah,
but it's a compression engine.
yeah.
It's gonna be harder to start,
But
it'll
you can
probably
make it
still
run.
start.
Yeah. If you can get the glow plugs to light off, you can make it start.
Well, that's what goes out is the
Yeah.
glow plug controller,
Yeah,
but they'll still start on compression.
yeah,
It's like starting a diesel in the cold. It'll crank for a while and chuck a bunch of white and blackish smoke out, but eventually it'll fire up.
yeah.
It's just gonna heat the cylinders up enough.
Some they don't have injection control modules on them,
Nope.
do they?
No, they're mechanical.
Can't you start that shit with a fucking shotgun shell? You ever seen the tractors and all that shit? That
No,
start
it's
with a
not
fucking-
like those.
No, those don't start with shotgun shell. Interestingly enough, though, some old radial aircraft engines you can
Yeah.
start them with shotgun
Yep.
shells.
Texans. Then T5s.
T6.
Because don't they use a shotgun shell to start spinning the engine? Isn't that what it does?
Yeah,
Basically, there's like a side port for that. You put the shotgun shell there, if you tighten down the part, and you just whack it with a hammer.
Yeah.
When it shoots off, the pressure of it just
drives that. Yeah, you pull the put that one cylinder up to top dead center.
Yeah.
when it does it, boom, and then it's just enough to, with the detonation of that, the spark and all that, it's enough pressure plus a spark and that will do. I've seen a couple of the old tractors that do that.
And,
It's actually
and
pretty
when you
fucking
see
cool.
an 18 cylinder or 18 or more cylinder radial engine that they're typically doing that with, I mean, you have so many firing.
Uh-huh.
All of a sudden, all of the magnetos are firing off all of the plugs in those things. Eventually, you're going to get 3 or 4 of them that'll catch and spin the thing over.
Yeah.
Right.
But no, yours is in financial standpoint.
Like I said, I just saw one that
The,
I just.
the only nitpick I can have with it, the only drawback I can even think of with that is obtaining one.
Yeah.
Because if you're gonna buy it, it's an expensive vehicle to buy. If you're trying to just requisition one after things have gone south, good luck.
Yeah.
Because whoever's got one has more guns than you.
Or you come
Yeah.
across an abandoned base and start rummaging.
There won't be any of those, at
Again.
least for a while.
There ain't gonna be no abandoned base. You won't see them until you got.
But like I said,
Ow, my leg.
strangely enough, on Cars and Bids, there was a tagged and registered, basically, made, legal, a surplus Humvee that was fully sorted out with decent goodies on it for 17. That went for 17 grand.
That's not bad.
Yeah,
I mean, I know I've seen them go even cheaper,
yeah,
but usually when they go even cheaper, it's either they're ragged out, busted up, or
Yeah, you're
they
definitely-
can't be made street legal.
yeah. Which, I mean, in all but the financial side of it, at that point, this legality really doesn't matter.
Right.
But I mean, I've not driven one, but
Sorry, I thought it was gonna be a little bit louder.
But I have actually sat in one of those things. And even my one-legged ass, given how much ground clearance there is, the sill height and the seat height compared to the ground is relatively low. It's very easy for my one-legged ass. Sorry about the penis. I can just hop right into one.
Yep.
I can't reach the other side, but I can hop into one very easily.
Well, I was gonna say that's the one funny part with those is, so when you actually, if you've never been in a Hummer, especially a military spec'd out Hummer, so you get in it,
Very
right?
narrow in your
There's
seat.
4 seats
Yeah.
in that big wide ass vehicle. And when I say there's 4 seats, I don't mean there's like 4 like lounge around, like stretch your legs out. No,
No,
you
it's
get
the,
in
it's,
it.
it's the jump seats that came in the back of an extra cab Ford fucking Ranger.
So if me and you were in that, this is how far apart we would be. We'd be like, "Hey, Brian, how you doing over
yeah,
there?"
but we're still
And
sitting.
you're sitting like this.
We're still sitting just like this.
Like you sit in this position right
Well,
here.
and that's also because of the way they had to do with the ground clearance and that they had to bring everything up.
Yeah, everything is up in and runs through that central tunnel.
And there's also plates underneath for
Into the
bottles
doors.
and all
When
that. Yeah.
the door closes,
Yeah, the
like
doors
the
are-
door comes this far into the vehicle.
Yeah.
Like it shuts and you're like, whoop, whoop, hey,
Where'd
that's
that come
right
from?
there.
Yeah.
Yeah. But then when people start shooting at you, you're like,
Yeah, when it's
Thank
going,
you.
when you see it going tink, 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 tink against your door and your door's not budging, you're like, oh, that's why that's there.
thank you.
Bulletproof
The only other
doors.
downfall I could see with the Hummer, you wouldn't be very stealth in that thing because the fucking things are obnoxiously loud.
Yes, they are.
Yeah, but they do have a nice intimidation factor as well.
Yeah. I mean, but the problem is you're driving down the road,
But-
especially in the middle of the night
yeah.
or something.
And
You
also
think
on
people would know
another
you're coming.
standpoint on that, it would also make you a big target. Because
Honestly, having any of these vehicles being mobile and carry
Oh, yeah,
supplies
you'd be
makes
a
you a
target.
Yeah,
target.
he's absolutely right.
Anything you have makes you a target.
Remember the Book of Eli?
Yes.
Yes.
That whole scenario. My favorite part of that movie, so I don't mean to go off topic, but that favorite part of that movie is when he's walking up and the chick's, can you help me? The problem with jackers is they don't use soap.
Right.
Yeah.
That was a good movie.
But I mean, think about that. I mean, that whole scenario, that's what you're going to be going through.
Right.
What are you doing, sir?
Getting rid of that last little bit so I can have my next beer.
You just wasted beer.
Who are you, and what have you done with Chris?
I need to have some space for my other
Peel off
beer.
his mask.
You would have gotten away with it if it wasn't for those damn kids.
But I think we'd all do all right.
I made space for my next beer.
I do too.
Well,
I think we'd do all right with ours.
well, all except for him. I'm sorry, but he would be the first to die in that scenario. We would run his Volkswagen thing off the road and steal what supplies he had and leave him for dead. That's what would happen.
Mike, you probably have a good collection of 80s cassettes that this Volkswagen to listen to,
That's true.
He probably has some good beer in there, too.
right?
For a little while, anyway.
But I think, honestly, with the selections, I think all of us would do all right. Remember that episode of Roadkill? No, was it Roadkill or Dirt Every Day?
Where they
With
took
the truck challenge, when Freiberger had that giant 78 454 big block with his skinny freaking military tires on it. And he beat the snot out of that thing, dude.
What,
They
that
were
Cape High
dependable.
Blazer?
And it just kept right on going with no
Those
problem.
things were tanks.
Is that what we're talking about, the Blazers?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Blazers and
The Blazer,
Suburbans.
well, he had a
Suburbans.
Suburban. He had a full-size
Yeah.
454 big block, four-wheel drive, and it was stick. That was the cool part about
Stick?
it. His was a stick.
Never
Four
seen one
speed.
of those in a stick.
That was an OBS diesel.
That would be another good one, by the way. An OBS diesel. Only problem is they have digital glow plug controllers in them.
I believe we did do Sunshine City a long time ago. It was like a brown ale, I believe.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we did another one of theirs.
Not this.
Well, Mike said don't be scared to get an IPA, so,
Woo! Smells like an IPA.
oh yeah.
I had a mango Hefton.
Was it the HOB, the House of Blues?
Yeah.
House of Beer?
Yeah.
I had that one recently when I was up there last. I had that one, and that was.
I've had another one from HOB, but
it was that
wasn't-
same one. It was that same one, and that was one that we had up there
It was fucking good.
three years ago.
Yeah, it was fucking delicious.
Yeah, it is a fantastic one.
I had two of them today when
Yeah.
I got off of work.
You got a description?
Oh,
on
yes.
these, or-
I actually like the color of this.
This is packed with hop flavor
Very clear.
and aroma.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Yeah, the aroma's there.
We double dry hop this beer with equal parts of Messiah Citra. Is that Azeka?
Down a little bit.
Azeka hops for an intensely tropical profile, reminiscent of tangerine, nectar, papaya, peach, kiwi, and pineapple.
All right then.
Guys,
That's what
I
grabbed
just
my
also
attention.
want to say, look at that fucking moon.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be bright tonight.
Yeah, that's why
Huge.
those love
It was bright this morning on my way to work. I was like, holy crap. this
At
is
work,
massive.
Best moon. It's gonna be huge.
Yeah,
So,
that's why the.
I've never grabbed an
Exact-
IPA before, so hopefully this doesn't fail.
Hold on. It's an IPA, it's not bad. Unless it was that one. Invisibility cloak, god
Yes,
damn it.
Well,
that was by far the outlier.
Yes, that one. Oh my god.
here we go.
Remember, it's also 6.8, just remember.
I'm not angry. Oh, wait, there it is.
The tangerine's there for sure. Like orange peel.
The pineapple and the hops together is a bit much.
I'm not mad.
Not bad. It wouldn't be in my fridge.
It hangs out for a while, though.
It does,
Not
but it's
too
not.
long,
But it's
though.
not dry. It's not a dry hanging out.
Yeah, it's not one that it takes even to spit out of your mouth.
It is for me. It hangs out, then it's dry, and it's like, I need some water.
Nah,
I'm not getting that, sir.
not really getting the dry on me. It's just kind of.
I'm not
Hangs out for a
getting
while,
the
but-
dry that normal IPAs usually do. Like,
It's not as bad as most IPAs, but it's still there.
like
Yeah,
freaking
it's, well,
Goose
it's,
Oh, yeah,
Island.
it's
it's an IPA.
Yeah.
I think if they had kind of taken the pineapple off of it, it would be acceptable.
I was gonna say, see, I actually like the pineapple taste of it.
Not much
I'm
of
getting
pineapple.
that. I'm getting like biting into an orange peel, immediate.
Yeah.
I've never been into an orange peel, so.
Yes,
Yeah.
you have. You just did. By drinking this, you know what it's like to bite into an orange peel.
He said, "Don't be scared to get an IPA."
No, we tried it. It's not bad. Don't get me wrong. I'm not shitting
Oh, yeah.
on it.
Yeah, there's the orange peel.
I'm not shitting on it. I'm not saying that it's terrible. It's just IPA.
Mm-hmm.
If you ever want to experience a full IPA, guys, take your can of lemon pledge and just spray it in your mouth.
Oh no, it tastes like lemon pledge.
Just spray the lemon pledge straight into your mouth. And then wash it down with some pine salt.
Third drink. Orange pith. The inside of the orange peel.
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
where
like the
we're,
rind part?
yeah, that's where
like
we're
the
at.
white part?
Yeah, the pith stuff. That's where we're at.
I don't know. I'm not an IPA person. But usually when
I'm not either, but it's one of those I'm starting to
This is not.
I'm
this
starting to
is
go
not-
towards them, not because hey, I want to be that, I'm just we've had
Not like
so
that
many, and
IPA.
I haven't dove that deep into IPAs to where I want to like them, and I'm just trying to find that one that
We did. It was called Invisibility Cloak.
yeah, well, I'm trying to find another one that's to that point to where it's because sometimes you do get really good flavors out of them. Like there's some that you get great flavors, but then all of a sudden it's just
They hop the shit out of it
Yeah.
and it blows the back of your head out.
no, it's one of those if you get all the hops in there, and then it doesn't stick around to where it doesn't feel like you just licked an oregano bottle.
Or there's so much hops in it, it tastes like you just chowed down on a pine cone.
Yeah, exactly.
See, and this one's a lower one. It's a 68 IBU.
Oh
Whatever
yeah.
the hell that means.
Oh, the IBUs is the bitiness of it.
Yeah.
I think like the hoppiness rating.
With me, most of the time, IPAs, I walk right past them.
Yeah.
No interest. Don't care.
Well, I mean, I look at them and just see if
I
something
don't,
just
because
gets.
Yeah.
sparks my
Unless something
interest.
really grabs my attention, like, what do we got here? But most of the time,
International bitterness units.
Yeah. Yeah. The higher it is, the more bitter it is.
Yeah.
There was fuck. What was we didn't have it on the show. I just ended up. It was on sale at ABC, and I picked it up one day. It was fucking good. I think I sent it. I think I sent it to you. A picture of it. Remember I said that hey, I got this IPA and it's actually.
Yeah, I
decent.
just never got over to try it though. I think that was sometime last year when I was in my beer no go phase.
Yeah. I forgot what it fucking was, but it was decent. It was good, and I got a 6-pack of it, and I drank that whole 6-pack. I mean, it took me 2 days to do it. Like, it wasn't, drink that whole 6-pack that night type deal, like, with other stuff. It was just, I had to, and was like, okay, that's good, but it was, now I gotta remember what it was, but it was actually really good. We've never done it on the show, so if I could find it again, like, figure out what it was and find it again, I'd love to bring that one on because I think that's one that y'all would actually. It's at that threshold that y'all would.
I'll tell you what, we need to start doing then. For every show, one of the beers needs to be an IPA for a while.
Yeah. Just
We'll call 2021 the quest for the good IPA.
Well, we do know
Sound
one.
good?
It's the invisibility cloak.
Right,
That was a
we can't
one
get
time.
that.
That was a
That
one time deal.
That was like the dwarf invasion that we found. That
Yeah,
was a one and done.
that one.
What
like,
was that IPA y'all drank at that festival that you had to get another beer to wash the taste out of your mouth?
No, we used an IPA.
We were using IPAs as the palate cleanser.
It
No,
was.
there was
It was a bourbon barrel.
There was a couple of
Beer,
bourbon,
yeah.
there was a couple of bourbon barrel.
But the one was so bad, and now you gotta think the sample cups were like the small little Dixie cups. They were what,
Yeah,
4
they were-
ounces, 4 ounces of
yeah,
that.
they were small.
like 2 sips.
I don't
2, 3
care.
sips.
Best bourbon barrel was Rye on Rye, hands down for me. That
Well,
was-
see, and that one was good. Like the amount of bourbon barrel and beer.
Yeah.
was
Actually, that
good.
that Goose Island that we tried over at Pine
Oh
Street.
god, that
night,
was so good.
that was freaking amazing.
Oh yeah, the only thing was that was fucking.
Yeah, you only got a small snifter of it.
Yeah, but no, we had one and it was so bad.
That's when
took
I
a
first moved
sip.
up here, I think, and I was only allowed to have a glass of it. I
Yeah.
was like, why? And it's like, just drink it and you'll understand why. And
And
by
you
the
didn't
time I
even
got
finish
done,
it.
I got like
We
halfway.
passed it around the table because it was.
I got halfway through it and I was like, beer ain't supposed to do this. Why am I buzzing like crazy right now?
No, we got to that when we did that beer fest thing. There were some sours that were truly awful.
Oh, I can't stand sour beer.
There was IPAs that ranged from
Okay.
drinkable to no.
I mean, but we still finished them.
Yeah, that we finished them. Literally, the only ones that we poured
actually-
You hear
out.
that, Chris? We finished them.
The only ones that we actually poured out.
Hey, you missed that when you went inside.
I poured out like that much.
That much.
Of what?
The honey brown. Listen, I bought it. I can pour it out.
There you go.
Oh no, it's not mine.
Yeah, like some.
That's you.
It's like Jeremy Clarkson went to fried egg sandwich on the
Ah.
train.
But yeah, no.
No,
so
but there was
it
a couple of like I said, the bourbon barrel ones. They were just so off. It was like we
There-
stopped
there,
at the table.
No, there was one that we actually went over to the rinse bucket and actually dumped it into the rinse bucket.
Yeah, that was straight
because-
up like, oh my god, I'm not even finishing this one. Done.
And we went
This comes
over
out. and then
we,
went to the table right next door. Can I have another one of those at the IPA to cleanse the palate?
and
They
the
were
guy's
bad.
like, to cleanse the palate, like that was fucking horrible. That was horrible.
The
And
best.
then we had a.
Wish they would do another one of those beer fests
Then we
soon.
had a.
the best one that came out of that night though,
Hawaiian
was
Lion.
Hawaiian Lion.
It
Yep.
got to the point where me and Brian, like, they're just like, they saw us walking over and they refilled the pitcher and they're just like, this here. And then poured it in, they're like, no, this here. Yes!
that was what we finished the night up with.
I think we finished the keg of that Hawaiian
I don't
Lion.
know if we emptied the keg on that one.
No, they are out. It was the last picture that they had, and they're like, yeah, y'all can have it.
Yeah, that's
Like,
true.
Yay!
Yeah, we did finish that one off.
Oh, it was that we found that one, and that was and I got to see Brian tipsy, and it was amazing.
Oh,
Not
that's got a bite.
Not gravity induced.
Yeah.
It's got a bite. Well,
Yeah, he got to see me with my balance center being slightly unbalanced.
Uh-huh.
And Brian got louder too. It was great. It was fucking.
That's why I
great.
say they need to do another one soon. Because I would like to see Brian get tipsy. I think
He
it would
wasn't
be
driving. He wasn't driving.
we had
made
him
him.
designated.
We made him walk.
Because you've never seen me like hardcore drink.
Yeah, as soon as we left the parking lot, he was asleep in the back of the
I was.
Canadian.
Like you've never seen me get hardcore drunk before. He has.
Oh yeah.
The pool day.
No, wait a minute. Yeah,
Yeah. Were you there for
Yes.
that? That's
Yeah,
right.
you
You
don't
were
remember
there.
that?
I was so drunk I don't remember who the fuck was there.
I'm endangered.
Yeah.
No, for real.
and that's
Yeah,
it.
that was because we pretty much put you on the Kennedy plan, and then none of us thought to get you any food, and then somebody accused us of being the worst party moms ever.
I think all of you have seen me smash a time or two.
I was that night. I got out of the pool. So we got in the pool what about 1 o'clock in the afternoon?
No, like 11 in the morning.
Was it that early? Oh
Yeah.
God, it was that early.
Oh yeah.
And we didn't get out of the pool.
Till.
It was like 3 a.m.
Yeah, I had
So
I had
much.
long gone home at that point.
So much pee in the pool.
And I had, you know me. I usually 3-4 beers is like my max.
Yeah.
And how many times was there a beer run done that day? Was it twice?
No, 4.
Was
Yeah.
it really?
It was 4 times.
So I had
Yeah, there was
a
3
case
beers.
to myself then.
There was 3. I was.
And not 12 packs, 24 packs.
I was.
Like,
I was
it
still
was
there.
bad.
I was still there for the 3rd beer run.
Nice.
I got out of the pool. You know how when you're in a pool, it holds you up, so it's like easier to stand. I tried to get out of the pool and almost fell over.
It was glorious.
I was in the car, sitting in the car, hunched forward with my face right against the radio screen. And she's like, "What are you doing?" If I look right at the radio screen, it stays still. If I try to look out the window, it all starts tumbling. So I'm just going to look at the radio until we get home.
Nice.
It was bad. Like, it was really bad.
It was glorious.
I remember those spinny nights.
It was glorious. I woke up the next night with a
No, we
pounding-
went to Cars and Coffee the next morning.
Oh yeah. We both looked at each other and I'm like,
We get out of Cars and Coffee. It's only like 79, 80 degrees. I am just dripping sweat because pure beer is coming out of me at that
It's to the
point.
point you asked if I was. I think we both asked if we were hungover, and it was to the point where I'm like, no, I'm not. And then it realized on the ride home when all of a sudden my head started hurting, I'm like,
You're like, oh, I was still
I
drunk.
was still drunk. And like it was just one of those, I'm like,
No, I was hungover.
ugh.
Like, I woke up and I was like, oh, God. We said we were going to Cars and Coffee. So here we go.
This is exactly how the phone call went. Chris, you were going to Cars and Coffee?
Yep.
Yeah.
I guess
when are you
so.
leaving?
Let's
I'm
go.
like, I guess I'm gonna go get you. Alright, I'll see you there. Okay, you want coffee? Yes, coffee. Okay, I'll get a coffee for you.
That's
Yeah.
why I wanted coffee that I didn't have to make.
I'll get a coffee for you.
Yeah, and I gotta say, watching those two stumble around the park with that morning. You guys, Mike talks about seeing me tipsy. That's how glorious it was for him. Watching YouTube, I was like,
That hungover, oh, it was bad.
When I
The
walked
Shed
inside
Fraud was
and
fucking amazing.
when I walked inside and didn't take off my sunglasses and I go to the counter and I'm like, could I have a large coffee? What do you want in it? Coffee.
Coffee.
Creamer? Nope, no.
Coffee.
Coffee. 2 ice cubes. Why? I want to be able to drink it now.
Dude, I mean, like,
Thank you.
yeah, well, that was a bad
That'll
morning.
be whatever. I'm like, just here's my card. Sir, just use like the tip and just put whatever the fuck you want. I don't care. I think I paid like $10
Just give
for the
me
coffee. I
coffee.
don't care.
Like, seriously, I'm in pain. Give me coffee.
Speaking of Cars and Coffee, I'll go on Sunday
Yep.
before.
Alright, so we're going to go to the Bring a Trailer
Probably,
car
yeah.
first.
He's hiking and then I'm gonna get.
Brian, you want to lead us in on this?
Huh?
He's going hiking in the morning,
Yes.
and then he's coming over to, and we're dropping
I
a
see
tank.
V6.
No.
Sounds like fun.
Oh,
Yes, you do
no.
see V6 there. Yeah, that is V6. Excuse me.
What are we looking at?
This is our Bring a Trailer car.
Oh, it's Brian's car.
Early 90s.
Yeah, it's
Don't
close.
pull the screen. I don't want to knock the camera out.
What we have here is a
What?
what we have here is a 35,000 mile 1988 Acura Legend Coupe.
Oh.
Oh.
It is a dealership. It's SV Classics. It is Oklahoma, Florida.
No shit.
No shit.
Automatic.
Oh yeah, I think the Legends only came automatic.
Did they?
I believe the Legends only came automatic.
I think it's almost mandatory if you get a
Weird thing
Acura
about-
Legend,
yeah,
you have
the
to get
thing
a
about
plate that
those
says
cars-
of Zelda.
The one thing about those cars is they were front wheel drive, but the engine sat north south.
Really?
Yep.
Did it?
You know what other car did that? The
Yeah.
Eagle Premier.
83 Toyota Tercel.
The there was a Dodge that did that too. I can't think of. I
So
can't
this has
remember the name
a
of it.
4-speed auto. It's
Cool.
Phoenix red, bright
No,
cloth.
it was newer.
15-inch alloy wheels, electric sunroof, rear spoiler, air conditioning, cruise control, power windows and locks, AM/FM
Perfect.
cassette,
No,
clean
perfect.
Carfax. This was first registered in North Carolina, later moved to Florida, where it was acquired by the current owner in December 2020.
What was the bigger one than the Intrepid?
It's powered by a
Stratus?
2.7 liter V6
Intrepid was
paired
bigger.
with a 4-speed automatic transaxle. Let's see what we got here.
I can see it better on my phone.
Yep.
What?
I'm trying to straighten my neck. I can see it.
Silver finished wheels, 205/60 Dunlop Signature 2 tires.
I like that. I'm not a red person. I like that.
Yeah, this is a pretty clean car. There's a couple little nicks and
Yeah, but no,
dings
it's
here and there,
clean.
but this
It's
thing is
super
really
clean.
clean.
Now, is this
It is
Carson
really
Bids or
clean.
Bring a Trailer?
This
This
Bring
is Bring
a
a
Trailer.
Trailer.
Okay.
So, and
Those
again,
are my
once
favorites, too.
again, this car did sell. This is a car that either A, did not have a reserve or exceeded its reserve, so it did sell.
It's super clean.
Yes, on this one there's a pretty extensive photo gallery. Pictures of the car were shot at favorable locations, so some of the exterior shots, but it is the same car. There's a lot of close-up shots of things like the lights, door handles, the lock cylinder, the wheels, and all that kind of stuff. This
That's
car,
not a north-south engine.
Or wait a minute, no, it was the second gens that were north-south.
I was gonna say, yeah, that's not a north-south.
Yeah, second gens were north-south.
That is exceptionally clean for that year, because anytime you see one on the road now, they're all clapped out.
Yeah.
To be honest, I've never seen a first gen on the road. I've only seen the second gens on the road.
I've actually worked on a first gen, but it didn't have an Acura Legend badge on it. It had a Sterling badge on it. Look it up.
Yeah, that is
Yeah.
true.
Sterling was basically a British car with all. It was basically
Oh,
a
yeah.
British rebadged Acura.
Yeah.
Yep.
They also sell heavy trucks. It's a
Yeah,
company called
yeah,
Sterling.
yep.
Yep.
And for a small time, they were doing
But-
badge engineering on.
But their cars were the 4-door Legends.
Yeah.
Huh. I'm just gonna throw a random number out and see if it sticks, because I don't know what the market on these goes. I'm gonna say 8,700.
Because it looks like a Radwood car. 13.5.
Well, see, that's why I went as high as I did. I was thinking of
Think of
the
Radwood tag?
yeah. and
I think the
and
Radwood
it is-
tax is higher
Also,
on
the
it.
thing of it really is fucking clean. Like it
Yeah.
really is a fucking clean
What'd
car.
you say, Chris?
13.5.
I'm going to 14.5.
87, 13.5, 14.5, 15 thou even.
Damn.
15 thou
Yeah.
even.
See,
See,
but
closest without going over.
If you think about it, that's actually really not that bad of a price, because that really is a clean fucking car, and you take care of them, they go for fucking ever. It's
Right.
old Honda.
Yeah.
They go for fucking ever.
Yeah, it's
Alright.
80s. It's 80s Honda.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the ones that go like crazy.
As long,
Alright,
as, you
so
don't flip
here's
them, as long as you don't flip them upside down on the side of the road and catch them on fire.
Well, yeah.
here is our Cars and Bids car.
It's a seat.
This is a 2004 Volvo V70R
Ooh.
from the West. All-wheel drive, expensive maintenance, and some modifications. Modifications include the summer wheels and tires, an exhaust, and a upgraded and rebuilt turbocharger. There's an extensive photo gallery on this one. There are some marks and stuff on the outside of the car. The reason why I included the close-up is the seats, is there's some stitching coming apart and that sort of
Saw that.
thing.
I like those wheels.
I don't.
This one has 218,000 miles, 2.5 liter turbocharged inline 5, 5-speed automatic, 4-wheel drive, all-wheel drive.
Those definitely don't look like factory wheels.
No, those
And
those are Koenigs.
They look like they're not sized correctly.
That's a Koenig. That's a +1 fitment, but it does come with the original Volvo wheels with studded snow tires.
Okay, because they look like they poke out too far. It looks like the
Yeah, those are
offset's
Koenig.
wrong.
Yeah, those are Koenigs.
It just looks like the wrong offset on that car, and it spoils the whole car for me.
Yeah.
Because it's throwing off. There's just something about that aesthetic that looks incorrect.
So AutoCheck says no accidents or body damage. Has resided in Oregon and Montana exclusively.
Oh,
Current Carfax report also present. Yeah, it's all-wheel drive, Haldex center differential, Brembo brakes, electronic controlled dampers, made by Ohlins. Koenig 17-inch wheels.
I got a number.
Yeah, stock this thing made 300 horsepower and 258 foot-pounds, but it's modded with an exhaust and turbo, so it's probably making a little bit more. No dyno to show what it is, though.
58.
6,200.
$3,200.
Surprisingly, Chris wins. This one sold for 4,700.
Nice.
The miles, the wheels, the
Yeah.
condition.
Yeah.
The only reason why I
Just
went
a
up and
car.
Ow! My leg!
what was? Oh, my bad.
It's just a car.
Sorry.
That's all that was.
Yeah.
But it's a 5-cylinder with a turbo,
That's true. And that's cool.
which means it makes rally car noises.
That's very cool to a very
reason why-
small
The
select
reason
group
why
of
I went
people
high with it is because of the rarity.
like
of
us.
it. The rarity of it. You just don't see V70R.
See, I saw one get traded in a Kia, so to me it's not that rare.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I've never seen one. I mean, I've seen an 850R, but I've never seen the all-wheel drive variant.
Yeah. Well, on that note, guys, want to give a big shout out to our peoples,
Wrench Monkey?
Wrench Monkey Automotive, and that.
Right.
Isn't there a thing coming up there soon?
February
7th.
Yeah, there's a thing happening.
Sunday, Super Bowl Sunday. Make sure you're out there. There's, pretty sure we shared the event on our page. Make sure to go to their Facebook page, Wrench Monkeys Automotive, go to their YouTube page, subscribe, all that fun stuff.
Burnouts, food
Uh,
truck.
That also Doodlebug Dog Ranch. Also want to
Shift
give
Go.
Clutch Shift Go. Want to give a big shout out to my friend Robert Nilsson that is doing comedy now, and he is a funny motherfucker. And he's trying to get his channel up and going, and he's starting to do shit. He moved up to Michigan and that, but he's doing shows up there, and he's starting to get a following up there at all the improv places and that. He's actually been on a couple game shows in the last week, and they're coming to be airing soon and that. So if you can, go to Robert Nilsson's comedy. I just posted a little bit a while ago on our Facebook page. Link to his YouTube, his Facebook page, and that. Give him a like. Watch his stuff. You'll laugh for hours. And that. Well, me and Sabrina will end up fucking sitting on the couch and watching his shit, and that's usually how we end our night, laughing our asses off. So, give him a like. Tell him that Pints and Pistons sent you. So, guys, we will see you later.
Oh,
Oh,
our buddies, Celtic Conundrum.
oh yes, Celtic Conundrum. They're coming tomorrow.
They'll be playing at Pine Street.
Yep. We saw them. We saw
Yes.
them last weekend, and that, and it was fun. We got to see everybody, hung out with them, and that. And tomorrow we will see them. If you're local, Pine Street Pub, go up there, see Celtic Conundrum from 7 to 10.
Yes.
I promise you'll have a great time. So guys, we will see y'all later. Have a good one. Keep that. Oh, I just realized something before we end. I never said what I got. So.
Oh, go ahead.
I got my Cobra back. That was the secret. Ha 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 ha. It don't run.
yeah.
It don't run.
We spent time diagnosing some issues, and looks like we're dropping a fuel tank out on Sunday.
Yeah.
Yep.
Sunday.
We're dropping a fuel tank, and it's not gonna be fun. So.
It'll be fine.
Yay! So. We'll get some videos of that. But guys, you should have seen the gas that came out of it. It looked like.
It looked like
It was darker than
it looked like Mountain
I know,
Dew
I
mixed
got
with mezcal that had sat there for 4 years.
I got a fucking eyeball full of it.
Yeah.
You're not supposed to put that in your eye.
No.
Yeah, the driveway still smells like horrible gas. Like, it didn't even smell like gas. It was varnished smell.
It was
Yeah.
It was rancid.
Yeah.
It was very rancid
Yeah,
stuff.
don't let gas sit in a tank for 4 years. Pro tip for tonight. So, guys, we'll see you later. Have a good one.
Have a good